How do? Welcome back to Star Mesh and this start from scratch vintage playthrough. We are into February and winter has hit the farm hard. As you can see, I'm ankle deep in snow. The sawmill's been running all night, so we need to see how many pallets that's produced. We're in a minus at the moment because of daily fees, but let's have a look in the sale. That Mercedes will be gone in a couple of hours. Anything else interesting? I've got the bigger Mercedes which appeared last episode. That would be nice. 43k. Depends how much we get off our wood sales. A bag of road salt. What year is that? 1994. Now that's a decent tractor with some big horsepower. We got our Massey. That's so how much more? So the Mercedes is 43. The Deutz-Fahr is 47. What year is that? 2020. So that's out of range. Okay, so first things first, let's go down and check lumber mill. See how many pallets we have produced. I would quite like to move on to next month. Just get rid of this snow because it's just going to cause us issues. Oh my word, there's a lot of pallets there. Wowzers. Okay then. How much wood has that used? So we've still got 18,500 litres, which is about half of what we put in. Wow, okay. So we need to get a pallet fork and a flatbed trailer. I was not expecting to have, what's that, 3, 5, 10, 15 pallets of produce from one sleep. Right. We're going to have to do a contract then, aren't we? Because we need 1,500 for the pallet fork. I mean, the deadwood's the obvious option. Do 2 of the 1,500 deadwoods. But I think it's quite thick forestland, that, which may be interesting to try and find. Let's just have a look. So that one's on plot 140, which is there. Let's visit that, see how dense it is. Problem with these deadwoods is finding the actual trees. Let's try it. Let's grab this contract then, this deadwood one. I'm still just shocked at the amount of pallets we've created overnight. There's one, I think. Oh, there's another one. We do get massive fines if we chop down a tree that's not on the contract. So that's one. Okay, these ones are pretty easy to spot actually. We don't need to do out with the wood, we can just chop them down and leave them. It's not really worth out. There's another one. That took me a while to find that one, but at least we're in a very picturesque setting with the snow in the forest. It looks proper nice. Oh, there's another one. So we've got 2 more after this. One more. There we go, I can see it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. Let's claim that for 1,500. Right, that puts us at 1,400 when we've paid off the minus figure we're in. Let's buy the... Is that enough for the pallet truck? Pallet fork? No, 1,700. And I just wonder whether our trailer, this one, can be a flatbed. Yes, it can, bale trailer. Okay, so that's good to know. So we'll do one more deadwood. And that will give us enough to get the pallet forks and the... can't forget word. The money to customise our trailer into a flatbed. 134. I mean, I think it goes to show how much money we can make off forestry. That little 10 grand sawmill is, like I say, 15 pallets overnight. It's a quick production, is that. Right, I'll get this last deadwood one finished, and then we can get the... What is that? That's like... What is it, like a feeding trough? Huh. Pretty cool. Right, I'll get this contract done, and then we can get the pallet forks bought. Right, well, I've been searching for a while, and then I found them. They're actually off the map. Which is interesting, but we've got them now. Final two done. I spotted as well, not to mention how nice and beautiful that bit of water is, but up here, somewhere, in this house, we got a little snowman. How cool is that? Talk about attention to detail. Where are we actually? 'Cause this is the sell point. What is it? Local carpenter. Huh. Cool. Right, let's get this contract handed in. Nice, that puts us near enough 3 grand. Let's grab the pallet forks. And yes, I know that they're not... they're all newer than 2,000, but I don't think there's any other option. And we need a pallet fork, just as we need a front loader, which was also over 2,000. But it is what it is. We've got to have a little bit of leeway, otherwise we just won't be able to do certain things. Right, so we need to drop off this rearway and the log fork. I was thinking that piece of land where the sawmill currently is. It's so tiny, I don't think there's going to be any point turning it into an arable field. So I think the best thing to do with that is to make it into another yard. We can extend. That's what we can't extend because it won't add on, but it'll be another area where we can put our equipment, because this is pretty much full. God, even main road's snowed up. Right, there is our pallet fork. Which is good because we can move these IBCs at some point as well. You gonna hook up? Why are you not hooking up? Hello? Why is that not hooking up? Okay, I think it's because it's pointing down. There we go. Nice. Right, let's get this trailer customised into a flatbed, and then we can go load up our first lot of pallets. There we go. And that's a free upgrade as well, which is nice. Don't need to pay out for that. So we can repair this. Try and keep on top of this now. How much is that worth? 8 grand repaint. We'll probably get 12 grand or something for that, I think. Right. I'm going to load up the pallets. Do we have a best time for them? Because I'm just wondering whether to leave it till next month to sell when all the wood is finished. Because I don't want to be in February for a long time because of the snow. Yeah, I mean planks are currently at the lowest they can possibly be. 800 quid down. Planks long are at peak, which is nice. What about wood beams? 8.6. So wood beams don't really change that much, and we're actually getting more. 9,037 at farmhouse 3. What about planks long? Farmhouse 3 is the best for that as well. Okay, yeah, so we'll load them up. We will sell them now. And I think we're going to have a fair bit of cash. After bloody hell, give me room, lad. Jesus. We are going to have a fair bit of cash here. And we should have about the same amount of product next month as well, because we've still got 18,000 litres of wood in the sawmill. I suppose the question is though, we could, depending on how much I want to do, we could use this money to buy another piece of forestry land. They are very expensive, over 100k. But with this and next month's, the only thing I don't like about this wood setup is that the amount of money you make is so much, it just makes arable completely pointless. I mean, if you look at what we made off that field behind us when we had the wheat on it, we made about 8 grand. But I don't want to just do forestry. I think it's a bit of a, not a cop-out, but it's it does make it very easy. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass chopping down the trees and loading them up, etc, etc. We need the rear weight. Joe, what are you doing? But the money you make off it is absolutely mental. So I think we will do some forestry on here. Obviously we have done, and we do want to do a bit more, but I think we should probably limit ourselves to how much we actually do. I suppose the thing with forestry in a vintage series is that we can't get any of the the modern day forestry equipment. Oh, the tree cutters, tree harvesters. We can't get any of those, so it does make it more difficult just using tractor. But I don't want to just be completely wood. Not to stop us doing a playthrough in the future of a forestry playthrough where we can work his way up. But I suppose the goal is when you're doing forestry to work your way up to get in the big tree harvesters, because they're like nearly £1 million. And I think if I did a forestry steady, whoa, I think if I did a forestry playthrough I'd have it on hard economy as well. But that's for later discussion. Right, now we just need to get this loaded up and salt off. Oh, the Massa's doing alright. The Massa is doing alright. Now, can I get you off me forks? Whoa. Okay. Get them strapped. Am I gonna get... Yeah, I could probably get the beams on the back of that. And then we can... I might even keep the planks, because they're at the worst possible price at the minute. So we could keep the planks for later. Get the planks long and the beams salt off. We'll have to get them moved though, them planks, so there's more room to spawn more. Oh dear, dear me. That was not good. Should have probably done the wood beams in 2 goes. But we'll live and learn. We've got the planks on in once, so I thought I'd try that. Right, I'm just going to get the last of these loaded up, because it's going to take me a little bit now to sort out these pallets. Well, they're on. Just about. Just want to move these planks out of the way, so we've got room for more to spawn. Interesting to see how much we make off these. Okay, I'm just gonna chuck them up against this fence. Take it nice and steady. Well, that went well. Okay. I'm going to keep the forks on just for a bit of counterbalance. I'll leave the rear weight here. And then we're going to go to Farmhouse 3, I think it said. Farmhouse 3, where is that? I'm not seeing it. It's only 400 feet away from where we are. Whoa, we are all over the shop here. A mixture of snow, 2-wheel drive tractor and an overloaded trailer. Am I going to fit through that gap? Yes? Question mark? Yes, we're through. Okay. Luckily we ain't got far to go because I am really worried about tipping this. So much weight on. So it's here. But where is the trigger for it? My only concern is I unstrap it and it all falls off and we can't. Let's just take a chance. Okay, right. It's not letting us sell there for some reason. That'll have to be something we explore at a later date. So we're going to go to the farmer's market. The local carpenter does give a little bit more, but it's right up at top of the map. So we'll take it to the farmer's market instead. We can explore that farmhouse free. Maybe when snow's gone, have a look, see if there's any trigger point I'm missing. Where are we looking? Certainly not going to be there. It's not going to be around here, right? We need to go around again. Can we fit? Yeah, it should be able to fit through there. So that's going to be the bale sell point, I think. Let's just... Oh, what? Oh my god. Wow. £119,000. That is absolute madness. From 1 month of wood production. That is why I want to limit the forestry we can do on this map, because that is absolute mental. We've still got 6 pallets of short planks, and we've probably still got the same amount of wood left. Okay. Wow, okay. So yeah, we're going to limit the amount of forestry, definitely. I want to concentrate more on arable than I do forestry. Okay. I'm just absolutely speechless. I suppose a field is going to be the next thing we need to buy. We haven't got out to plant. We can plant beans in April. Buckwheat in May. When do we harvest the spelt? So spelt harvests in, I want to say July. We can plant spelt again in March though. So I wonder if we plant it in March, we harvest it in August, or July or August. Because there's only 2 months for harvest. And I doubt it's gonna... It's not gonna take a year to grow, is it, surely? It's the same with the wheat though. So I'm guessing it's winter wheat and spring wheat. That is interesting. Well, the biggest field on the map is 197 grand, but we don't want that. Not yet. I wanted to concentrate on this sort of pocket of land around the farm. So let's... I don't know if anyone got any crops in. No, they're all empty. Right, so... I think we buy... How much is 21? 64. Let's buy 21. We'll buy 20. We could buy 20. Will we have enough for 19 as well? No. But next month, when we sell the next load of planks and beams, we'll have enough for 18. And we will have enough for a tractor. Just thinking cultivator and drill wise. That's what we've currently got, 5.2 metre. So I don't think we're gonna get... No. So, okay, so that's... Oh, that's a direct drill. Okay. Now that is interesting, because that means... That means we don't have to cultivate. Which is brilliant. Okay, so... Thinking, what do we need? We need a harvester. Okay, I'm not going to start looking yet. We'll get this back to farm. We'll pass on to March. We don't need... My God, talk about a traffic jam. We don't need... I've completely forgotten what we're going to say now because that traffic has confused me. Oh yeah, we don't need a cultivator, so we could even sell that cultivator, you know. Because if our drill is direct, doesn't need cultivating beforehand. I just want to have a look at this spelt field. I'm sure it said it had 8 growth stages on it. Yeah, 3 of 8. Obviously it doesn't grow over the winter. I'm just curious, and if we plant spelt in March next month, whether that'll be... I can't see how it would be ready, unless it has a different growth stage for the spring spelt. I don't know. We might try it out on one of the smaller fields. Right, let's get into March. Get the next lot of wood salt off. And carry on spending money. Okay, we're into March. We've still got the snow. But I imagine that is going to start melting. Because we can plant in March and we can't plant on a snowy field. So it's got to start melting. It's got to do if the game wants us to plant. Let's head back down to wood. We'll get the long planks and the beams loaded up as per last month. Get them down to farmer's market. We'll leave the short planks until peak time, which is a few months away yet. Is this now empty? Yes, okay. So let's deactivate all of this. We've got 3,000 litres of wood chip as well. So we'll get this loaded up, down to the farmer's market, get that salt off. We'll buy another field, a tractor and a harvester. And then that'll be it then for wood for probably a couple of years. Like I say, I don't want to then get caught up in this wood because the money is massive and it's not what this playthrough is about. It's good for a little boost to get us set up, but we don't want to go overboard with it. So I'll do a quick little time lapse loading and delivering. I'm hoping this snow's going to melt because we do need to get drilling. May have to wait till next month until we drill. It's not the end of the world. We can still drill everything we want to drill next month. So yeah, let's get these products loaded up. Oh, I feel like that went pretty smoothly, that loading. Another 100 grand, best part of. Still absolutely flabbergasted by the amount of money we've just made from... What was it? I think total was about... Was it 14 or 16 trees? Something like that. Some of them were massive though. Those shagbark hickories were 4 ton a piece, so... But I'm going to sell that sawmill. First off though, I need to empty the wood chip out of it. So we just need to fly back to the store, reconfigure this trailer, unload the wood chip, and then we can sell that sawmill. 2,800 litres of wood chip. It's not going to give us much, but let's also get this sawmill gone. Gives us 7 grand back, so that cost us 3 grand all in all. And we made $250,000. Just utterly crazy. Don't expect much from this, couple of grand probably. Yeah, 3 grand. That's not too shabby. Right, so now let's get to spending, I think. First things first is we want that field 18. We're going to buy that. Then we want the harvester. No harvesters in the sale, was there? Well, there is, but it's not within our timeline. So let's have a look. We've got quite a lot of options on harvesters. Quite a lot. I suppose we're going to need to look at what can take the biggest header. So the class can take a 4.2, that's only 3 miles an hour though. What can this one take? 4.2 at 5 mile an hour. .25 mile an hour. 4.5 at 6 mile an hour. .1 at 6 mile an hour. Interesting. And then oh no, that's 1990. So why is that 9? Oh, it must be that one that's in the sale then. And what can this one take? 6 metre at 6 mile an hour. But that would be, yeah, we can't afford. Okay, so bearing in mind we need a tractor as well, I think we're better off going for maybe this one. 4.2 at 5 mile an hour. Let me just... what was that one? 4.2 at 5 mile an hour, the same. So I don't think we jump until we hit the New Hollands, which is 4.5 at 6 mile an hour. So that would be 25 grand plus 55, so that'd be 80 grand, which wouldn't leave us enough for the tractor. So I think this one with the 4.2, I know that's 5.7, but it's 2 mile an hour slower. So yeah, I think we go with that one. Don't think we need any. I'll put a long attacher on it. Shame we can't change the pipe. What's that, a chopper? Not bothered about that. Guessing that's GPS, which we're not going to be using anyway. Okay, let's get that bought. 26.5 grand. And then we need the header and the header trailer. So we're going with the 4.2. What are the designs? Crop dividers, rapeseed. I'll have the crop dividers on, because I like the way it looks. It didn't cost us anything, so let's buy that. And then the trailer we will need because of the tightness of the map. Okay, and then that then leaves us 72 grand. So, question is, do we take the Deutz? So that is 160 horsepower. So 160 horsepower with a 3-point at the front. And it's 50 grand. Or do we get the Massey at 170 horsepower? It has got the 3-point at the front. I think we'll go with the Massey, because I'm going to keep the tractor we've got as a secondary tractor. Yeah, I'm happy with that, I think. 41k, let's buy that. Delivery space blocked. Okay, so we've got a combine, header trailer. We've got all the fields. We've got a tractor. Well, we will have when we get down to the store. I'm just thinking we might as well then spend a little bit more money and upgrade our trailer. I'm causing absolute carnage down at shop. We may be on the self-propelled era, but we're certainly not on an era that has bloody turn in circles. Right. So let's get back to Massey. Going with you. We want the... Where's it gone? It's got the front attacher. Don't think we made any changes, did we? We don't need the front loader because we've got the little Massey for that. 170 horsepower. Yep. So let's buy that. Let's have a quick look. Sprayers. Yeah, so no for sprayers. Fertilizer spreaders. I think it's probably going to be a no as well. 2008. We'll have a look at mods, I think, for fertilizer spreaders. So let's grab this trailer. We'll go with this. Well, why not? We'll go with this one. Let's keep it on the 19.5. Although, don't know if the harvester pipe will go over that. Yeah, if we just keep it at the 12 metre. Right, we'll buy that. We'll head back to farm and we can start getting some crops in the ground. Right, I have had a tidy up at yard. We've got all the gear back. We've made not a bad bit of room, to be fair. The RBCs and the bag of solid fur. We've got the bag of lime over there. We forgot to repair the new Massey, so we'll repair that up before we start anything. 3,700, not too bad. Okay, so that's good to go. What I also realised, a couple of the fields, the new fields, require lime. So 20 and 21, 20 and 18, sorry, require lime. What I'm thinking, 18's an acre, 1.29, 3.56, 2 acres. So I'm thinking if we put spelt into 18, and then that'll go... We've already got spelt in 16 and 19, so we can see then if it will be ready at the same time. In 20 and 21, I'm thinking poppy, to be honest, because we get a decent amount of money off the poppy. So we'll do... I'm going to get an AI worker lime in, because the lime spreader we've got doesn't hold much, so I'll set him to buy. We'll get him doing 18 and 20 in the old Massey. We'll crack on with 21. So yeah, 20 and 21 will be poppy, not 19, sorry. 20 and 21 will be poppy, 18 will be oh god, what did I just say? Spelt. I'd quite like field 1 as well. It's only half an acre. But we're not going to get carried away. We're not going to bother with that yet. So let's get the... Oh, we need to drop off the front loader first things first. We'll hook ourselves up to the lime spreader. It's already got a bit of lime in. Let's head over to... What did we say? We said 18 first, didn't we? Yeah, 18. This one, it's only a little field. Get this limed with the AI worker. So again, this is the beauty of having 2 tractors. This is why it makes all the difference. So we need him to buy fertilizer. And there's no GPS or anything like that, the AI worker, so he can just crack on with that. We'll jump in the new Massey, get the not the harvester. God, I'm losing the bloody track here. Get the planter hooked up, the drill. and we'll start getting Poppy into the other fields. I like the blue on this Matty. Never seen that before. Oh, it's got a nice top speed of 31 as well. Yeah, this will do us right, this. I'll fill up this solid fur. Thank you very much. We'll get Poppy selected. Where are we starting? I've forgotten already. Which one needs lime? So 20 needs lime, so we'll start on 21. It's going to be a little bit difficult because we haven't got... It's not been limed, so we can't see where we've gone. And we haven't got the ridge marker on here. Field's cultivated or ploughed though, so we should be able to see where we've gone. I don't imagine we're going to get very far with the amount of seed we've got. But we'll play it by ear. I know this tractor's not going to struggle at all. We'll get Poppy in 20 and 21. Spelt in 18. That worker's got a name, but I can't see it. So we'll time-lapse all of that. And then that will probably do us for March. We can move on.
Went down to the river, washed my sins away. Praying, 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 praying for another day. I went down to that river, washed my sins for free. The devil's on the other bank, staring back at me. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. Another nail in my coffin, another nail for me. I gotta look pretty when I go down. Another nail in my coffin, can't you spare one more? I gotta look pretty when I'm knocking down heaven's door. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. Light my cigarette. You ever seen a dead man talking? No, you haven't seen one yet. I'm a dead man walking. 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 I'm a dead man. I went down to that river, washed my sins for free. No one seemed to notice as I stared. I went down to that river to wash my sins away. I was thinking of you in that wedding gown. I went down to that water, I washed my sins away. The world faded away as I went down, 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 down. The dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man.
Right, last little bit on our spelt field on the experiment to see whether it'll be ready in a couple of months. We really struggled on that fifth field. I was really surprised. You know, we got 3 times the amount of horsepower required to pull this drill. I know it's ploughed land, but still it shouldn't. I mean, at some points we were just stopping altogether whilst we sorted his gears out. Yeah, so a little bit disappointed with that. I don't know if this drill sucks more horsepower than what it says it does, or whether it's just simply because it was ploughed land and we had a slight incline. But at 3 times the horsepower, 4-wheel drive, I never expected it to struggle to the point of where it was stopping. But it is what it is. It's done now. We've run out of fertiliser, so we may have to go over with a sprayer next month. Well, we will do anyway for his second my god, my mind's completely gone blank. The second covering, there is a word and I've forgotten what it is, of fertiliser. Second application, there we go. I'm struggling a little bit without having the ridge markers. I'm not bothered about GPS. I played enough FS22 with no GPS. I can't remember whether GPS wasn't in the game or whether I just didn't use it. But I'm not bothered about that. But the ridge markers on the drill make all the difference, because you know where you're going and where you've been. It's a bit easier when you've had a lime application first. But that first field, I would have loved to have had a ridge marker. But it is what it is. We are done and dusted for this month. I may have a look at drills, some more mods, see if I can get a vintage one with a ridge marker. We won't need it until next drilling season. So let's have a look. We've got Poppy. What's going on in 20 and 18? Why have I not got... We have. Oh, I had a moment of panic then, thinking it had not registered. So 21 and 20 in Poppy. We've got the 18 in Spelt. That looks pretty good, apart from that little nub in there, but that's that won't make much difference. Yeah, happy with that. So we'll see then. Poppy is July harvest, Spelt is July harvest, so we'll see whether this gives us a July harvest. Next month, if we have a look at the field info, it should tell us the growth stage it's at. But I think really that's going to be it for this episode. There's not going to be much to do now between now and harvest. Maybe do a couple of contracts. We're going to have the short planks to sell. When do they best price? In July, so when we come to harvest we'll be selling those. But yeah, I think that is pretty much us done until harvest. That's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to help me out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.